Well, another woke movie flop for you, this time Black Adam. Now, this is a movie that stars Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And there's an interesting article about this at Breitbart I want to share with you because, as you know, we talk about history and culture preservation here on the channel, preserving great art, great music, creating great art and great music, something of lasting value, something for future generations. By the way, I'm really digging this CD I picked up of Handel's Concerto Grossi Opus 6. And this is a really cool CD. It says here, Handel the Italian, which would be the appropriate way to play this music because back in the day, everything was Italian, English, French. But as Handel himself found out, he made more money creating these oratorios and cantatas than he did Italian opera. In fact, he went bankrupt, I think, 2 or 3 times trying to create this Italian style for the English public. But at the time, the English didn't like Italian opera. They thought it was secular, somewhat sinful, and the English were more conservative. But this is a really great performance. It features Il Girardino Armonico with Giovanni Antonini as its leader. And this is a really cool cover. It shows a picture of a broken down bus. Some guy's underneath the bus trying to fix it. And these musicians are standing around the bus. They're stranded on a road somewhere out in the field. But a really cool CD if you can find this. Handel the Italian. His 12 Concerto Grossi Opus 6. Again, Il Girardino Armonico and Giovanni Antonini. Excellent, excellent CD. So definitely pick this up if you can find it. But getting to the article here, and this is by John Nolte. This came out yesterday. It says here that Black Adam flops to potential $100 million loss. Identity is not character. Over the past 7 weeks, I've been watching the box office receipts of Black Adam, the DC superhero movie starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And to these eyes, it looked like a flop, a domestic gross of $165 million, and a worldwide gross of just $385 million. When you're talking about a superhero movie and Dwayne Johnson, that's not a lot. Still, it seems risky to bet against Dwayne Johnson, one of the few remaining movie stars, and in the back of my mind, I kept waiting for grosses from a country like China to roll in and save the day. But nope, Black Adam is a flop. Black Adam, a comic book adventure starring Dwayne Johnson as a villain who once promised to change the hierarchy of power in the Warner Brothers DC universe, didn't come cheap, costing $195 million to produce. And a big-budget movie led by Johnson, one of the biggest movie stars in the world, who plays against type here as a murderous anti-hero, requires a worldwide marketing spend of $100 million, this according to knowledgeable individuals. Well, the reason why this movie isn't doing so well is because of all of this wokeism. These woke politics. But insiders at Warner Brothers pushed back, saying that COVID-related box office limitations have led the studio to scale back the global advertising campaign to $80 million. As a result, the film needed to earn around $600 million worldwide to break even and to surpass that lofty benchmark to turn a profit, according to sources familiar with the financials. Yet box office experts believe Black Adam will stand out with less than $400 million globally, which is problematic since movie theater owners get to keep around half of those sales. So in other words, you got a movie that cost well over $300 million to make. You got to do $300 or so million to break even. And then after that, whatever you have is gravy. But they can't do that because they can't get out of their own way when it comes to woke politics. It says here, the movie stands to lose $50 to $100 million in its theatrical run, according to estimates of insiders, as well as rival executives with knowledge of similar productions. Sources at Warner Brothers dispute those numbers, saying the movie will break even at $400 million. When the film was commissioned, the break even was believed to be $450 million. But that figure has dropped given the particularities of the new home entertainment landscape, one in which Black Adam has overperformed projections. So it seems that this film was doing better when people were able to download this for themselves, i.e. Netflix, or whatever the company is that you're downloading this from, than in the theater. I think Hollywood needs to get wise to the fact that things are changing in the industry. People don't want to, and I've said this before, people don't want to pay $10 or $15 for popcorn. They don't want to pay $5 for a soda and however much it is for a ticket. Even if you are gullible enough to believe the studio break even is a flop, no one risked $300 million and 2 years of their life to break even. The whole point of Black Adam was for Warner Brothers to launch its own Black Panther-style franchise, again trying to be woke. Keep up with the Joneses. Well, with Wakanda Forever underperforming in a big way, maybe the studio has just not in the way that they had hoped. What Warner wanted was a golden goose that would pop out a billion worldwide egg every 4 or 5 years. Instead, DC is stuck with yet another dud. The pattern of failure here is not just woke-tardery. I love that word, woke-tardery. If you look at the stunning failure of Lady Ghostbusters, Bros, I've talked about Bros before, In the Heights, and Woke Side Story, and the underperformance of Wakanda Forever, what you have here is one box office failure after another. And this is in parentheses. I could name a dozen more that is selling itself as a story about identity rather than character. And don't we love characters and a great storyline? That's why we go to see these movies. So it says here, we're gay, we're women, we're Latinx, we're black. Newsflash, nobody cares. Identity equals shallow tribalism, narcissistic intolerance, lectures, scolds, prigs, and snorefest. The world didn't spend $5 billion to see Johnny Depp prance around as a pirate in one excellent, one okay, and 3 pretty bad movies because he's white. The attraction was Captain Jack Sparrow, one of the most enjoyable characters created in the last 20 years. Why do we still watch the original Star Trek? The multiculturalism? Heavens no, we love the characters, most especially Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. By the way, Star Trek had the first interracial kiss on TV between Kirk and Uhura. And MLK told Gene Roddenberry that he loved Star Trek. He encouraged Gene Roddenberry to keep going with Star Trek. Why is Back to the Future trilogy still a joy to watch? Why is going to Broadway after 30 years still a joy? Because Marty McFly, Doc Brown, and Biff Tannen are white? No, because they are a pleasure to spend time with. So you have compelling characters, a great storyline, it holds your attention, you learn something from it, you're inspired by it. That's the mark of great music, great art. We can achieve this. Why are we still watching those Star Wars movies from 40 years ago? The special effects? No, we love Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Lando Calrissian, and Darth Vader. I hope I'm saying that correctly. They are amazing characters, flawed, relatable, real, something the sequels whiffed on entirely with characters based on gender and economic status. We love characters. Identity sucks. Don't be black or Hispanic. This is great here. Don't be black or Hispanic or gay or poor or white or Eskimo or whatever. Be a human being, a person, a fully formed, fascinating, flawed, and relatable human being. What you do with your sex organs, this is too good. What you do with your sex organs is as interesting as your skin color, not all that interesting. Defining yourself in that way only proves you're boring, tedious, and self-involved. No one cares. Get over yourself. So this is an article at Breitbart by John Nolte talking about another flop woke film, Black Adam, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which is going to lose potentially $100 million because of these woke politics. Time to get back to your roots, Hollywood, and create great movies with great characters, great storyline, something that's compelling, something that will inspire people, maybe a great film score. And thank you for letting me stumble through this article here tonight. You enjoyed the video, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. Or you can follow me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy at Twitter. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out, stay safe everybody, God bless this thing we call the United States, and I'll catch you next time.